Good morning. Welcome back to our house farms. See how many of these lads are up or lying down. All lying down. Come on, boys. How are you getting on? Come on, boys. And girls. Boys. Boys. Just getting the first mix done now. It's a starter mix. Put in the soy. There is 78 kilos of soy in here. So when I'm doing the finisher mix, we always turn off the feeder when we're putting in the concentrates, because it's so powerful that it needs to be really accurate. But with the starter mix, it's more of a high fibre. Well, it's high fibre, and it's just an introduction to grain diet, so you don't have to be quite as accurate. But we're really on the limits now with the power of our finished diet, so you have to have it accurate. But that's our pile of soya. We've been all the goodies now: vitamins, minerals, buffers, mycotoxin binders, yeast, etc. Cattle stay on. They start to diet then for about 28 days when they come in. Say we've usually when we're bringing in cattle, we try and bring them in a couple of groups at a time, so they so we don't have one going off and start to trade, one tomorrow, one the day after. So I'll bring them in within a week, saying we'll give one group 32 days, another group 26 days or something, and split it like that. You have to stay as efficient as possible. Going around now to get the magic ingredient, liquid gold we call it. We import this from Southern Asia. It's a combination of water from the Himalayas and monkey wheat and only joking, it's just water. Anyone ever see the bucket list? Your man, the film The Bucket List. Is it Robert De Niro? Not Robert De Niro. And whatever the old fellow's name is that plays him. He drinks coffee and it's like from coffee beans eaten by monkeys, and it's just the same type thing now. So there's about 115 kilos of water I think goes in this mix to bring it back to 39% dry matter. Consistent every day. Getting on with the full finisher diet now. This is dry clover silage. It brings energy and protein to the diet. And it's very high digestible forage. 415 kilos going in this mix. side unloaded. I'll feed them down here and I'll ride out then. And I'll go up to the north farm then with the rest of the load. Just get the door open, close the door a couple of times till I might have to put the power drive on actually. Just get the stuff to fall off the door so it doesn't get scattered around the yard. Horse is done, they're cooling off in the walker now. I'm going to get these cattle bedded down now next. I've been using wheat straw long, so I'm going to use bean straw now today. I'm throwing 3 bales. Give them plenty of it, keep them nice and cosy. Now that's what you call making a dog's dinner, picking up a few bales. Ah, Pat, what are you doing? So I've just realised there that I've been recording for the last 10 minutes in slow-mo. But yeah, I was just saying there, I don't know, can you hear me? If I probably can't, maybe I can, we'll see. Turn it up there a good bit. Getting these lads bedded down. We used a lot more straw this year than we would of other years. And look, the reason for that is the straw market was hectic this year, and we're just trying to add a bit of value to our straw. Firstly, by using it for bedding down cattle, and secondly, we'll have it, and more importantly, nearly we'll have it as farmyard manure for the spread back on the land. We're trying to increase our yields. We're trying to increase our sustainability both environmentally and from a financial perspective, because look, it's free fertiliser. Well, not free, you must spread it, and that's not cheap, but it's really good fertiliser for our land, so that increases our soil health. So we're up here now on the hill farm. We're going to let a group of heifers into graze. This forage dry, badly needs to be grazed. I hope it's not gone beyond it, but we'll just give it a light grazing. I don't think we'll graze it down hard, but it's absolutely going like weeds. There is like cover of 1400 on it, and this is the last stuff planted. So we fenced it there the other day. It took us 2 hours to fence 25 acres, and the heifers are literally just out here. Want to put in one of the advantage feed as well. Probably put it in that corner there now. They'll make absolute sugar of where it'll be, because it'll be there for 2 or 3 weeks, and they have complete sugar made of it in here where it is. But anyway, we'll get over that. It's only a small little patch. They're not very hungry anyway. They have no intention of moving. Come on, Litchi, hurry on. I have lunch to go to. That's the gap there. Go quickly now, please. Sit! 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 Now they're coming, the lazy feckers. All they want is feed. Now we're away. See, I'd like to see. I'll have a cough out of one of them. Shh! Don't be coughing. You're making a show of me. There's some bundle of heifers now, to be fair. That's not ideal now, but anyway. However, I knew it would happen. I got back out the fucking gap again. Oh! Go try and get her up around them now if I can, because they could be very annoying if they don't come back in. Man, you little sheepers. They're the fanciest group of heifers I ever had anyway. They'll actually fit in with the wagon now, because the majority of them will be heifers for the shed, bar a couple of Anguses, all the Continentals anyway. They'll all get the guts of 24 months and they'll come into massive weight. Come on, get out, you chancels. Off they go again. There's 25 acres, well not 25, but 23 acres here. There's only 50 heifers, so literally they'll get a month out of this. Now, note to self, I should have had this grazed off before the closing date for the slurry, so I could get slurry back out in it. Didn't think of that. But this is the only field we're not going to get grazed off before the closing date, so we'll see. Anyway, look, it's nice to have different scenarios for the year, for the first year, see what way it works out. But there's plenty of red clover in this now as well. I threw in a bag of red clover as well, so I'd love to get this grazed off before the closing period. Give it 2,000 gallons of slurry, and I reckon I'll be grazing it again in December. But anyway, however, we have other fields that are grazed, and we're going to give them slurry now this week, and hopefully get back into them again. Just checking another group of calves there. They're on the new Condon feeder, but in that field there, they came out of here. This is another field dry last Friday, yesterday week, and it was skinned. And it's after growing into my finger since. So it's going very good though again. Hopefully we should get this grazed again. There, I don't know, maybe at the start of December. It'll be rightly set up then for the spring. These are the biggest group. I think this one was like 288 kilos last day. Aren't you, lad? Big boy. He is the biggest of them, alright, to be fair. Yeah. And their new flashy feeder. I think it holds 2.5 ton or something. Probably a little bit big for us, but yeah, it's fine. It'll do the job. These boys are loving it anyway. I have the grid out of that side now, but I have it in this side. And going away good. I think it's a good job to put in the grid actually. they can still lick it out, but you can open up the chutes a little bit more and doesn't get blocked. So I don't know how much these lads are on. They're probably on 3 or 4 kilos. They're nearly ad lib anyway, to tell you the truth. But look, I don't mind. Grass is getting watery, barley's cheap, beef is dear. Feed them on, feed them on, feed them on. All Irish grains where possible, lads. Just getting these boys shifted here. These are the smallest lads. This fella was, we thought, on death's door, but he's after making some recovery now. We just gave him a worm dose. Obviously, no, it wasn't that fella, sorry, it is this fella here. Over here. He's grazing away like a good thing. He's still very thin, but I'd say just when he was dosed, he didn't, I'd say the dosing didn't go right, or maybe he was missed or something, but since he got a worm dose after turning him inside out, and that fella the same, his ringworm is sort of at him, but of the 200 and got to 300 calves, these are the worst of them. So, fairly happy with how they are now, to be fair. Go back, go on, take off, you have big field here. Let's bring in your truck. Go on. There's another field of forage right, those grazed. They're out of it. I think they'll be out of it 3 weeks, maybe Monday, something like that. Let's come back nicely now. That's nowhere near grazing yet, but geez, another month or 6 weeks now should take it a long way. So we'll see. There's probably going to get slurry now this week as well, hopefully. There, the sucks are just moved. Oh, these waggles are stupid animals. Look at that. What a gobshite. Tell you one thing though, since I separated them out, they're after perking up a fair bit. Man, you clowns. Oh, where are you going? Go on. Get. Just come up to the hill farm here to check these heifers that I left out onto the rye. I think you could consider that they're happy. It's really high in dry matter and it's really sweet. What more do they want? Little kids just like sweets to them. So I'm going to push in the silage here now, and that'll be it then for the day. Just shows how happy they are. It isn't too often now that there isn't one of them down by the advantage feeder. Whole lot of them are bammed out in the sunshine. It's a really nice evening here. It's lovely and mild. It's about 18 degrees. So I'd be hoping they should get. I'd love now, in one way, I'd love to have it to be grazed before the closing date. And I think if it was 3/4 grazed, I'd nearly take them out and get slurry out in it again and get another graze out of it. I think it'd be probably the right thing to do. And but look, we'll have to see. There's no point in only half grazing it and then putting out slurry and the undergo going to waste. But look, we'll see. Yeah, it's you'd be surprised now. They will fly through this. Their intakes are definitely way up when they're on this. So, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please like and subscribe. If you've cattle that you want to get contract finished, give me a call. 086 177 2623. Who knows, we might even be able to keep these lads out for the winter. And we'd have another couple of pens spare. That's the hope anyway. But yeah, we have, including this, if we only get one graze off this, I'd say we've about 8 weeks grass ahead of us. So that'll bring us to the end of November at the very least. So, and look, we can up the ration, keep feeding them away. And I'd be hoping to get another grazing out of this. So that gives us another 2 weeks, that's 10 weeks. That'd nearly bring us up to Christmas. And we've cover crops that we could go on to after Christmas. So yeah, hopefully if we could keep them out, that'd be brilliant. I'd much prefer to have these lads out and have other cattle in for contract feeding. So look, they're full of sticks. Big bellies on them. Look at that beast. She's some heifer. She's more like a continental heifer, like a suckler bred heifer. Whopper. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I suppose we'll probably see you again tomorrow, or maybe Monday. Who knows? For more Farms. Good luck.